Well, Bill, I have to say it's a pleasure coming back, and this is our second time at trying to get these Georgia Whitetails with the bow.
That's right.
Well, tell me a little bit about what's going on right now with the acorns and things like that.
Well, I think you're going to see, Jack, a lot of acorns are falling right now, and the deer are somewhat scattered. You know, a week ago, 10 days ago, when some of the first acorns were falling, they were a little bit easier to pattern for us going to those trees. You know, right now, which is good, nothing wrong with it, we got a lot of acorns falling in different locations on the hardwood ridges, and we're going to spend most of our time on there.
Okay, well, folks, this is October, and we're in Georgia at Callaway Gardens.
Right.
And what we're going to do, we're going to take some time and identify some oaks for you, because learning what an oak is and learning which oaks that the deer prefer, and we're going to show you a little bit about on stand placement because it's very important as far as whitetails. Now, last year you put me on what's called Big Acorn Hill.
Big Acorn Hill.
If y'all saw last year's show, y'all saw what happened. That big 10-point made a fool out of me. I don't think these Georgia deer like me for some reason.
Well, I tell you, Jackie, I've got them all schooled, and they're looking out for you. And I tell you, that deer last year, we're going to try to start you back off on the same hill and see what happens.
I hope it doesn't happen what had happened last year. All right, what I need to do, I need to get the four-wheeler, and I'm going to bring the tree stands up to the hill, and then that way we can show them some different oaks, we can place some stands. I'll tell you, that's some pretty country.
Isn't that pretty? Woo. Gorgeous.
I'm excited. I'll tell you what, that's one of the prettiest four-wheeler drives I've had in a while.
It is absolutely gorgeous. We need to try to get these stands up and so we can locate some acorns.
Yep.
And
all right, I got a fixed position stand, I got a tree climbing stand. Is that going to help us?
That'd be fine. I'll tell you what, I'll take the fixed position.
Yeah.
And let's get out in here and look and find these acorns. I can go put us right on them.
Okay.
We'll take a look and find the best tree for us.
Sounds good.
All right. I want to try to hunt some this afternoon.
All right, Bill, we get a chance to do some scouting here, and for you folks out there that don't know much about acorns, we're going to put you to a little schooling here. Now, Bill, right here, we're fortunate we got two different oaks here. We got a water oak right here, and look at the acorns on this tree right here. And this is a smaller acorn, as you can see here, and we're going to bring a leaf down here. And
a little bit smaller leaf, a little bit more rounded leaf.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, the deer love these. They love these. So what you want to do when you're scouting is look on the ground. As you can see, the acorns are right here. See if you find any deer droppings and any hulls that have been spit out, and you'll know that the deer have been using this particular acorn if it's in your part of the country. And that's the main thing is, we're down here in the south, you need to check what is available in your part of the country because deer love acorns.
Well, usually the white on acorn too, Jack, it falls a little bit quicker than most of the other acorns.
Right.
As far as maturing a little bit quicker. So that's going to be one of the first acorns on the ground.
Okay. All right, let's come up here. And this right here is a red oak. It's a southern red oak. And as you can see the leaf right here.
Tell you what, let's grab one right here.
There you go. I got an acorn right here on the ground with the leaf. Yeah. Now let's look at that leaf. See the difference there? And look at the difference in this acorn. All right, Bill, let's look at the contrast of the water oak. See the leaf of the water oak and the size of the acorn compared to the leaf of the red oak and the size of that acorn. And like I said, look for these acorns because deer love these. All right, Bill, what we need to do is go up the hill right here, and we're going to show them part of the family of the white oaks because that is what deer like. And the difference between these acorns and the white oaks is that the white oak has less tannic acid, and when they're dropping, deer really will eat those first before they'll come to these. All right, let's see these on up there. All right, Bill. Boy, this gives us an opportunity to really show the difference in some acorns right here, doesn't it?
I tell you what, this is one of my favorite hillsides right here.
Yeah.
And you can see why, all the acorns we got.
I can understand. Let me put this stand down right here. We're going to put your fixed position stand up here.
Look at the acorns right
here. All right, audience, we want to show you this right here. This is what's called a swamp chestnut. And it's a white oak. Look how big these acorns are right here, Bill.
That's good stuff here.
And look at the leaf right here. And that's the leaf that matches this acorn. And look here, we were just scouting around a little bit.
They've been in there eating, haven't they?
You can try to look for the hulls. And that's what you're looking for because that'll tell you the deer have been chewing up the acorns and spitting them out. And like I said, they're not as active right here, and that's the reason we're going to put this stand up. They're a little more active right over here, about 20 yards from us. So we're going to put Bill's stand up here. And the fortunate thing is, we're in a white oak. It's almost like an orchard because this right here, we'll stand up and show you. This is a white oak, and you can tell by the grayish whitish bark. It's scaly, it peels off. Okay, here's an acorn right here. It's a little bit smaller than the swamp chestnut. Yeah, look at that. And the thing that gives it away as far as the leaf is you'll see it has rounded lobes, and that's a white oak. And Bill, as I was telling you earlier and telling the audience, the thing that they like about this, just like people like ice cream and different, different things. They're going to come to these acorns here because they have the white oaks first, because they have less tannic acid and they taste sweeter than, say, the red oak or the water or the willow oak. So when you start finding these acorns dropping, this is where you need to be concentrating. And here again, we've talked about tree stand placement, is that you've got to pay attention to this, because these acorns might only drop for 3 or 4 weeks.
That's right.
And it's only good. So if you just come in here and sit this stand up and think you're going to sit there all season, that's where you're making a big mistake, right?
I'm going to put this stand right here.
There's no doubt about it, just looking at all the deer droppings. All right, so y'all don't make that mistake now on keeping your tree stand on the white oaks too long, because like I said, a lot of times they're going to drop, the deer are going to get in there and they're going to get out of there. So that's very important in your scouting. So let's go back and review. Here, Bill, here's a swamp chestnut leaf, and it's acorn. And this is a white oak leaf, and it's acorn. Put that down in your deer hunting homework.
Both of them excellent foods.
No doubt about it. Okay, let's put on this fixed position stand right here, and then we'll ease on down the ridge, and you've got my spot down there on famous Acorn Hill where the big buck messed me up last.
The pressure's on you.
All right, got some tree steps, we'll put it up. We'll be ready to go down and put mine up.
After extensive scouting of acorns and proper placement of their stands, Jackie and Bill are now ready for their first afternoon hunt. During their first afternoon hunt, both Bill and Jackie were entertained by 2 small spike bucks who were feeding on the acorns. Not quite what they were looking for. Stay tuned for more exciting bow hunting action from Callaway Gardens, Georgia. As they continue with their bow hunt, Jackie and Bill are joined by noted outdoor writer Bob Robb from California.
Right here, the orange ribbon. You remember where you were last year, Jackie?
Yeah, I'll just go down the hill right there.
Okay, just going back down the hill about 175 yards, and that big acorn hill just follows the orange ribbons on into it, and that's a good place.
I heard you say that before. That's where I was
Pressure's
last
on.
year when the 10-pointer walked up, and I had to eat my hat on that one.
Yeah, it's a great place. Let's do this since we're getting started a little bit late this morning. Y'all just getting here. Let's sit late.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is go back to the truck, and I'm going to come in to the backside.
Okay.
And I'll come get you sometime around 12.
You come get me first, and we'll come get Bob?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're on the way back out.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds like a good plan.
Y'all good
luck.
Okay. Y'all.
A Buckmaster tip you should always remember is to apply a proper cover scent that will mask the human odor before entering your hunting area. As Jackie begins climbing his tree stand, Bill spots a small rack buck within only a few yards of his stand. Although it was a nice little buck, it was not what Bill was looking for. Meanwhile, Jackie has a nice 8-point buck within shooting range. However, the buck did not stop at the anticipated opening and continued walking to an area about 50 yards away where the acorns were falling. And once again, the Buckmaster's bad streak of luck continues while pursuing the Georgia Whitetail. Now it's time for the Buckmaster's Tip of the Week, brought to you by Winchester, ammunition that works as hard as you do.
Hi, I'm Bill Jordan, designer of the Real Tree Camouflage Pattern. Buckmaster tip of the week is, a lot of times when you're in the woods, you have a deer that might be coming and easy moving to you. And in order to get that deer to stop, if he's not stopping on his own, a lot of time I'll whistle to the deer, trying to get him to stop in a particular area or location. Real easy to do. All if he's walking along, a lot of times I'll get his attraction just enough to stop him so you can pull down and get a good shot. That's the Buckmaster tip of the week.
The Buckmaster's Tip of the Week has been brought to you by Winchester, ammunition that works as hard as you do.
You already been in the truck?
Already been in the truck and laid the bow down, yeah. You any good?
Tell me what you did first, because I don't even want to tell you what happened to me.
Well, I tell you, I put you on the wrong stand because I had an 8-pointer come in my lap.
Really?
Yeah, we got some great photography of him, and just not what I wanted, but he's a nice deer.
Well, that's right, because you only have 2 tags here, right?
I only got 2 tags, but this deer, I mean, came within 5 yards of the stand. Fed
Really?
around a little bit and fed on off, but he's a nice deer. You see anything?
You know what happened last year?
Not again.
You know where we put the stand up?
Right.
Okay, remember that I felt like the acorns were dropping. All
Right.
the sign that we saw, we
Right.
put the stand right
Right.
there, right? Well, remember the trees down there that were still loaded, they hadn't dropped yet? I was looking, you know, waiting, look to my left, and here comes a buck up the trail. He stops about 50 yards. All of a sudden, the wind picks up, and the acorns down, the other trees down there, they just started dropping on the ground. His ears went up, and it was like
Went
a
right
beeline.
to it, I
Went
know.
right to it, and I could not get a shot. I'm not going to take a shot of the deer, you know, walking. I was just waiting for him to come feed where I could get a good shot. But he was a good 8-point, and he just sat down there and ate for about an hour, and I just was sitting back there
Wave
going,
at him.
come on back. But it just wasn't meant to be. These Georgia deer just don't like the Buckmaster.
Well, you're non-resident, and they like resident people, so that's all I can say it is. We still got some time to see what we
Well,
can
the
do.
way I look at it, hey, this is 2 strikes. I'm going to try it one more time, maybe next year, and then I'm just going to say the heck with it.
Well, at least you know the deer here.
All right. Well, let's go pick up our other man.
All right, Bob's down here. Let's go get him.
All right. Uh-oh, Bill, you see a man without a bow, that means he got a deer. How about it, Bob?
Got a pretty nice 8-pointer down there.
Did you really?
Pretty nice buck.
Good, 8-pointer, huh?
Nice 8-pointer.
On the big acorn hill.
On the big acorn hill.
That's
your favorite spot.
That's where the 10-point messed me up last year.
It took me a long time to sneak into that stand.
It's good place, isn't it?
Heck of a spot.
All right, where is it?
He just right down over here.
All right, come on. You gonna drag, ain't
I'm not dragging. I'm telling you right now. Let's go.
Boy, that's a good buck right there, Bob.
He's a dandy.
How about that? Look at that.
Woo. That's pretty.
That's a pretty Georgia deer right there, isn't it, Bill?
That's not bad at all.
Was he feeding on the acorns?
He was feeding on acorns, just came up over the hill a little ways and kind of poking along and gave me a nice broadside shot at 25 yards.
About 25 yards.
Couldn't ask for anything nicer, could you?
That's not bad. Those acorns falling pretty good.
They're falling pretty good there. Looks like a good spot for deer.
Well, like I said, we talked about the scouting part about the white oak acorns.
That's right.
And boy, they are really dropping this time of year. Well, that's nice. I'm sure, you know, being from California, is this your first time doing some southern whitetail
This is
hunting?
my first time southern whitetail hunting, and I'm getting to like it a lot.
It is something else. Hey, congratulations.
Thanks.
Let's get him on back to the house. Here you go, Bill. If you'll take my bow, I'll help Bob here.